Hello, I'm EnterElysium and this is IRL News. Today, something a little bit more scary and serious. The YouTube DMCA system, which is used to take down copyright stuff, was misused to get someone's information so that they could be put on an Al-Qaeda death list. Yeah, so Al-Hayat, I'm probably pronouncing that incredibly wrong, oh well, is a channel which basically produces content critical of Islam. I think it's mostly Islamic converts who are now Christians, critical of Islam or something. Anyway, they had a load of copyright strikes come in. People going, oh no, this is our copyright, you can't have this video, and there were a load of stuff being taken down. And they were told to appeal, they appealed, they said, no, this is our copyright stuff. So the people who were claiming it were First Christ Copyright. And basically they were not talking, they were just taking things down, putting content ID things on. As you know, it was copyright strike straight away. And they just weren't responding. So eventually what happens is YouTube said, when you counter dispute again, YouTube says, okay, right, well you're just going back to the force on this, give us your personal information, we'll give it to the person who's claiming, and that way you can go sort it in a court of law. Which in theory is fine for the creator, because the creator can basically, you know, get all their stuff back, and never has this ever on YouTube gone to a court of law. So in theory, it's fine. However, in this case, when Al-Hayat provided the personal data, you know, names and addresses, so in theory, First Christ Copyright could take them to court over it, to Google, and Google passed it to First Christ Copyright, they got an email from First Christ Copyright saying, thank you, I hope you get police protection now because you better watch your head, roughly, and then they promised to share the personal details with an Al-Qaeda death list and with European jihadists. Now this is after, apparently, after Al-Hayat provided the information to Google, after they'd said, we're a little bit worried, we suspect this might be, you know, an Islamic extremist organisation posing as a legitimate company to try and get our personal data. And apparently, YouTube ignored them. They shrugged off that. Now, in theory, YouTube haven't done anything wrong under the DMCA. The DMCA is there to basically say that content holders, content aggregators, websites like YouTube can just like do their business without having to worry about uploading and having content that's technically, you know, copyright infringing. That they can go, oh, we didn't know. The DMCA is there to basically give a system for takedowns without them being held accountable. The problem is the DMCA does throw the ball back into the court of, you know, the companies, the copyright holders, and the illegitimate copyright holders. And this is what we're seeing. It's being misused. And it's being misused with a very simple system. You just post as a company, you claim copyright, the person disputes it, you go, no, it's our copyright. The person then has to send their details, all their details, to YouTube or Google, who then provide that detail to the person who's claiming, and then the person who's claiming can, instead of launching an actual, you know, lawsuit on you, dox you, can put you on a death list, or could go visit your house and burn it down. Which is beyond scary. This legitimately could be the end of the platform, because this could be the end of YouTube, because YouTube is big enough that there are enough random psychos out there who could seriously affect this. Because anyone who earns a living off YouTube wouldn't have the choice of have their content taken down and take copyright strikes, and then have their channel shut down after 3 copyright strikes, or provide their personal details. So you know, there's always that one creepy guy who, you know, stalks effectively the female YouTuber or whatever. That guy could have her information just by faking to be a company. You know, that guy who, well, possibly a girl, who posts on those political-based YouTube channels, who's always like, oh, you're such a blah, blah, blah. That person could get the details. Or a YouTube site critical of a certain religion could have death threats or be put on some sort of hate blacklist, as we have just seen. it just means that, you know, the doxing we've had recently, dial that up beyond 100. Any YouTuber, bam, any YouTuber who actually wants their channel to stay alive after copyright strikes, done for. It's a really simple system for someone to get your data. It's all they have to do is post company, copyright strike, wait, deny the appeal, then get details, and then woo, you're done. It is so open to abuse, and it is going to be abused. And we've known this for a while. We've known this for a while. The DMCA, it does provide unnecessary power to companies and people alleging to be copyright holders who aren't. But this is the first case we've seen of it being used to this extent, i.e. death threats from, you know, what seems to be a legitimate source, i.e. they're going to be put on, you know, jihadist and whatever, and Al-Qaeda websites. It's actually scary. Now, I put the sources below. Firstly, the original source was a German website because I believe it is a German channel. If you can read German, then fine. If you can't, then you can read the English version that's reporting on that German version. So yeah, go read that. If you found the episode interesting, please like, and if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And considering I haven't seen anyone else talking about this, and I think it's kind of, if you excuse the language, bloody important, yeah, share the video or something, because this literally could be the end of the platform if it gets misused that much. And there are enough people out there who will misuse it, as we've seen recently with a lot of doxing going on. There are people who will do that. The only defense I can see is to get yourself a PO box and then say, this is my address. But it's still bloody scary, and it's enough details. I've been EnterElysium, and stay shiny.